All right, good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to Mrs. Heinhorst's Learning Time. I am very excited to share with you today the idea of adding that's right, two-digit numbers. Lately, we have been adding numbers like, actually, that's an easy one. We've been adding bigger numbers than that. Maybe 4 plus 8 would be a better example, but we know that we can add this with any of our math tools. We could use a number line, we could use our fingers, whatever tool is quickest for us. You can even use touch points. So 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 plus 4 equals 7. But what if we weren't just adding one-digit numbers, right? Because there's one digit here, one digit here. What if instead we were adding numbers like 13 plus 14? Do you see how there are two digits in each of these numbers? 1, 2, 1, 2. Now it might seem kind of overwhelming at first, but there's something that all of us know now and are continuing to work on that will help us add two-digit numbers, even bigger than 13 and 14. And that is place value. Remember we talked about place value? Those are the spots that digits rest in, and they represent how many ones in our ones place we have, how many tens we have, and how many hundreds we have. Now, we can use this when adding numbers like 13 and 14. I mean, we could even use them to add single-digit numbers, but place value will really come in handy when we start adding bigger numbers. So there are lots of different ways that you could solve 13 plus 14. One way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to make my place value chart. Now, I know that I have a ones place, right? My 4 is in my ones place. And I have a tens place, right? The 1 is in the tens place. I don't have a hundreds place. It's not a 3-digit number. It's just a 2-digit number. So on the right side, I'm going to write ones place, or just ones. And then on this side, I'm going to write tens place. Ones place, tens place. Now, you can do this two different ways. You could write the digits, so I could write a 1 here and 3 here, and then a 1 here and a 4 here, or I could draw the base 10 blocks. And I think I might just do that on both sides, just so you can really see what I'm talking about. So ones, tens. All right, so let's come over here first. Let's go ahead and draw out our base 10 blocks first. So, oopsies, fun little design there now. I know that I have a 3 in my ones place right here. And I know that I have a 1 in my tens place. That makes the number 13. And if I was to draw that over here, 1, 2, 3. And I have 110. Now over here, I know that I have, oopsies, kind of covered it up. I have 4 ones. I think I actually did this in reverse of what I said I was going to do, but it's okay. And then I know I have another 10 to make 14. Over here, I'm going to draw my 110, one group of 10 to make this part of 14, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 to make my 4 ones. Now just to check, I've got 13 on top. Let's count 10, 11, 12, 13, so this one's good to go. And then I've got 14 down here, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm good over here. Now the best part, we get to add them together. Plus. So, I'll start over here. I can go ahead and count these Some of you might already see this as, oh, I know this is 6 plus 1 more is 7. And then you might know 10 plus 10 equals 20. Over here, I might know 4 plus 3 equals 7. And 1 plus 1, sorry, this is not 1 plus 1. This is one group of 10. So 10 plus 10 equals 20. Now when you're doing this, you can use either one of these that will make sense to you, but you have to remember that when you have a 1 in your tens place, it does not just mean 1 plus 1. It means 10 plus 10. Now, some people might look at these two things and be like, oh, so it's 207? No, it's not 207. We are adding these numbers together. So you've got 20 and 7, and 20 plus 7 equals 27. Now let's go over here and check. 20 plus 7 equals 27. So 13 plus 14 equals 27. Let's try one more. What if I was to add, let's do a big one. $84 plus 13 equals what? Well, I could go ahead and make my place value chart, and you know, I think I'm just going to draw 1 this time, and I'm going to do my 1's place over here, and my 10's place over here, and I'm just going to draw my numbers because it gets less confusing that way. Like I'm going to draw the base 10 blocks. So 84, that means I'm going to have 8 10's over here and 4 1's. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I've got 4 1's, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then over here, let's see, I've got 1 10, so I got 1 and 3 1's, 1, 2, 3. Now let me go through and check and make sure that I have the proper amount. So 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. So this one's good. Then I've got to make sure I've got 13 down here. So I've got 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm good here. Now comes the fun part. I get to add these two together. So let's start in my 10's place. I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Whoa! 90 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice I did not count by 10's over here because these are singles and each one is worth 1. So 90 plus 7 equals what? We know when we add to a 10, we can just kind of drop that 0 and combine the 10's place and the 1's place, and we get 97. That was cool, right? Adding 2-digit numbers is super fun. And if you want an added challenge, you could add a hundreds place in here too. And you would do it the same way, except you would draw hundreds place, 10's place, 1's place, and you would draw out all of your different numbers. You've got to be careful though, because there's an extra step called regrouping that we're not quite to yet. So let's see here. I'm going to write out some problems, and if you want to solve these and take a picture of them to show me what you did, I would be down for that. So what if I gave you the problems? $31 plus 16, or 20 plus 45. Some of you might already know these, but I want to see how you draw it out with base 10 blocks. We could do 51 plus 48. Maybe we could do, let's see. Oops, that's a small box. My bad. 63 plus 25. And then we could do, I'll scoot this one over. 72 plus 16 equals something. And then maybe the last one will be that was a very poorly drawn 8. 82 plus 13 equals what? So let's see what you guys can do, and maybe if you make up other problems, you could send those to me as well. All right, go get them, Tigers.